Let's embark on a journey back in time to the very roots of banking. The story begins in ancient civilizations, where the rudimentary concept of banking first emerged. In Mesopotamia and Egypt, temples served not only as religious centers, but also as early as financial hubs. These temples safeguarded the wealth of the community, primarily in the form of grain and other goods, which were crucial in economies largely based on agriculture. In ancient Mesopotamia, as early as 2000 BCE, we find some of the earliest examples of banking activities. Temples and palaces would provide safekeeping services, accumulating deposits of grain and precious metals. This period also saw the emergence of basic lending activities. Temple authorities would lend grain and silver to merchants and farmers, possibly the earliest form of banking loans. In these ancient economies, temples were the central financial institutions, and the priests often played the role of the financial intermediaries. They managed contributions from the communities, and these resources were often lent to support the agriculture and trade activities. As we move towards the Greco-Roman world, the concept of money changers came into play. These were people or establishments that would exchange one type of currency for another, catering to the need of extensive trade network. They often dealt with the exchange of currency and the validation of the coinage, laying the groundwork for modern currency exchange and the foreign exchange services. Over time, as societies evolved, these rudimentary financial services began transitioning into more organized banking practices. This transformation led to the establishment of the proto-banks, where merchants and traders would deposit their wealth for safekeeping, receive loans, and even transfer funds. These entities were a precursor to modern banks, gradually evolving from temple-based services to standalone establishments dedicated to financial activities. As trade expanded, the need for more sophisticated banking system grew. The Renaissance era saw the rise of influential banking families like the Medicis in Italy, who not only managed wealth but also started offering services akin to modern-day banking. This period marked the beginning of banking as a cornerstone for financial system, supporting both commerce and public finance. The concept of central bank emerged in the 17th century. With the founding of institutions like the Bank of England in 1694, central bank institutions served as bankers to the government, later evolving to take on broader roles, including managing the state's currency, overseeing monetary policy, and functioning as lender of the last resort to other banks. Fast forward to the modern era, banks have become a multifaceted institutions, offering a wide array of services, from a simple saving and checking account to a complex financial products like mortgages, personal loans, and wealth management services. The 20th century saw a significant expansion of banking, with the rise of multinational banks and integration of technology reshaped how banking services are delivered and accessed. The advent of digital technology ushered into a new era in banking. The rise of the internet and fintech innovation has transformed traditional banking practices. Today, we see an emergence of online banking, mobile banking applications, and even entirely digital banks, also known as neobanks, which operate without physical branches, offering streamlined technology-driven financial services.